The Senate Banking Committee has approved the president's pick to head the new Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. The nomination of former Ohio Attorney General Richard Cordray now heads to the full Senate. Meanwhile, more consumers are taking to the streets to voice their frustration with what they call economic injustice. Here is Chief Washington correspondent James Rosen.
We are the 99%.
1,000 members of the October 2011 coalition marched on K Street, the lobbying and law firm hub that is the Capitol's pinstriped cousin to Wall Street. The action was planned months ago and enjoys no formal tie to the Occupy Wall Street movement, which is now in its third week and has triggered more than 700 arrests in New York and elsewhere. But the two groups share the same goals, tactics and fervor.
The protesters are giving voice to a more broad-based frustration about how our financial system works.
And less than a mile away at the White House, the chanting found a sympathetic ear. Asked for the first time about Occupy Wall Street, the nation's top law enforcement officer and chief executive, far from condemning those arrested or defending Wall Street's historic contributions to job creation, GDP growth, or medical progress, appeared instead to identify directly with the marchers, further castigating the financial sector and issuing a tacit call for the movement to keep at it through the coming year.
I think part of people's frustrations, part of my frustration, was a lot of practices that should not have been allowed weren't necessarily against the law, but they had a huge destructive impact. And that's going to express itself politically in 2012 and beyond.
A New York House Republican who sits on the Financial Services Committee blasted Mr. Obama for siding with the protesters.
Well, what they're doing is disgraceful. They should be denounced. They're breaking the law. They're serving no real purpose at all. And for the president or anyone else to give them any credence or credibility is also irresponsible.
Asked by the liberal website Slate if he sees the Occupy Wall Street protests as helpful in moving the president's jobs bill through Congress, White House Chief of Staff William Daley, a former executive at J.P. Morgan Chase, proved more circumspect than his boss, saying, quote, "I don't know." Brett.
James, thank you.